So what's the first step? What's
The first step is to make that decision. Not, well, I'm going to make a decision. I think I'm going to make this decision. From this moment, I am going to follow my intuition. I'm going to follow my knowing, and it becomes more and more powerful and tangible the more you use it, just like a muscle. And I am not going to let my mind and my fear, reptilian brain, stop me from going where I feel to go and doing what I feel to do. And then what happens is all the time we are manifesting, projecting a vibrational electromagnetic field that is an electromagnetic vibrational expression of our inner self, our mental, emotional, spiritual self. And what happens is that vibrational field, that vibrational electromagnetic expression of us, locks in to other magnetic fields, which we call people, places, ways of life, experiences, locations, places, and we draw them into our life because we're making a vibrational, what I call it magnetic attraction, electromagnetic attraction, and we're drawing those things to us, and they manifest in this holographic decoded world as our friends, our family, job, a place where we live, the kind of life that we're leading. When you go through this process that we're talking about now, okay, I want to be the true magnitude of who I really am. I want to flow with the infinite possibility of life. And I want to know the truth of who I am and where I am and what's going on. When you do that and you mean it, that intent changes your energy field. It starts to change its vibrational electromagnetic state. What then happens is those things in your life that you attracted before from your previous vibrational state, now there's a change going on in you, in your energy field, your awareness, so they stop, or that stops connecting to the same energy fields it was before. And this expresses itself in your life as people going out of your life, friends going out of your life, maybe a relationship ending, you change your job, you move your location, and this can be experienced, and my goodness me, did I experience it this way 20 years ago, as your life's falling apart. Your whole life is collapsing, but it's not. You have decided you want to change your life and you want to go on this journey. And therefore, the old patterns that created the life you want to change must go. And as those patterns change, so their expressions on your life change, and your life appears to be falling apart. It's not. It's the transformation from the life your old state of being attracted into the life your new state of being is attracting. And there's a transitional stage, of course, where it all seems to be falling apart, but it's the essential step to what you want to achieve. And what's happening now collectively is exactly the same. The world appears to be falling apart. And on one level it is. And we'll see more and more challenges of that kind as these next few years unfold. But we need to hold on. I would suggest people must do what they want to the fact that what we're experiencing is a collective version of what I've just described individually. And that is that the world we'd like to change, the control system, the imposition, the box, has to collapse so the new can take its place. And therefore, as humanity collectively changes and collectively awakens, the world that the previous collective state of humanity has been creating, the one we've seen now for eons and the one we call the past and the present, must go. And we're seeing the outer expression of that. And what I can say from my own point of view is I have absolutely no doubt that what's going to replace this, and we're in the process of replacing it, so we just can't see it often because it's overshadowed by what's happening on the other side, if you like, is going to be a world that we could only dream of from the perspective of the world that we've been living in up to this point.
May I ask you, is there any book of yours that really go into more of the consciousness part, like really finding about all this incredible intelligence of the light, of love, of universal intelligence, rather than the manipulative part? Have you gone to such a details of how that works as much as the manipulative side?
Well, first of all, I wrote a book a few years ago called Infinite Love is the Only Truth, Everything Else is Illusion. That's all about that. But in this book, you see, this book, Human Race Get Off Your Knees, the subtitle, which is just as important as the title, is The Lion Sleeps No More.
Yeah.
And there's this fantastic original painting of a lion on the front, which I asked a great friend of mine, artist friend of mine, to do. And I specifically asked for the eyes to be in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because that lion symbol in the book symbolizes the real humanity, the real consciousness of humanity coming to the fore as these truth vibrations impact themselves. So sheep humanity is replaced by the lion humanity, which refuses to be herded. And so the book is nearly 700 pages long, 355,000 words, and 332 pages of original color artwork symbolizing these various aspects. And as a result of it being that big, or the reason it's that big, is because I've gone on a journey through the book, which has been my journey of the last 20 years. And I've gone through all these different levels and areas that I've been guided through. And the whole basis of the book is about consciousness, what people might call spirituality, and the awakening. It's all, the whole theme from start to finish is that, the nature of reality itself and how we can take our power back and how we become our true selves as opposed to the fake self that we're led to live because of the manipulation from cradle to grave. So that's the whole basis of it. The way the world's manipulated is all in there as well, but from the perspective of the reality that we're experiencing. And it's only when you realize what reality is and how this is a virtual reality universe and et cetera, that the way that society is dictated to, controlled and manipulated can be fully understood. Because if you try to understand it purely from the five senses, you'll never understand it. For a start, you'll never see a way out of it, because there is no way out of it from purely five-sense reality, because the control system has all the weaponry, it has all the control of the mainstream media and control of money and all the rest of it. If you're trying to find a way out of this situation from a five-sense point of view, well, forget it. And we don't need that. We don't need to fight. We don't need to have a war with anybody. That's the old epoch. It's the one we're leaving. We need to find our true awareness, our true self, our true potential, and stop cooperating en masse with our own enslavement. Because there are apparently about 7 billion people on this planet. The number of people who are in awareness behind this control on planet Earth is, in ratio to the 7 billion, a handful. Most of the control system is humans being manipulated to impose the control system on other humans. You know, as I've said many years ago, you know, people laugh at sheep just running away from the sheepdog. We don't need a sheepdog. The human sheep keep each other in line. So we need to change our attitude to each other. That comes by awakening to consciousness. That immediately changes the way that we interact with each other. Mm-hmm. And we need to stop cooperating with the system, because The few can only control the many if the many acquiesce to the diktats of the few. You know, someone like Obama comes out, or the British Prime Minister, and says, "Oh, we've had a meeting, and this is what's going to happen." If enough people say, "No, it's not," what are they going to do? They have no power. Their power is in our acquiescence. And if things are being introduced and impositions are being made that are specifically destroying our freedom, our liberties, and all the rest of it, and our rights to be us, then we need to say, no, enough. We're not doing this. And the control system falls because the control system cannot survive the target population's refusal to cooperate with its own enslavement. And that's coming. And it will come as consciousness awakens. That will come. It is beginning to come.
And just how is it going to look like if we all collectively do that?
Well, it will unfold as it unfolds. I'm not, the guru sitting cross-legged on a mountain saying I've got all the answers. We're in uncharted territory now. Okay. Because society has reached this change of epoch, and as we head into it, we're all going to get some surprises of what's going to happen. But if we talk in themes, we're in some very, very challenging times. And those that do not awaken to consciousness, but stay in mind, in body-computer mind, they are going to find these next few years very, very difficult indeed. Even those who awakening are, but those who stay in computer mode completely, they're going to have some real challenges, mental and emotional as well as others.
So the keywords right now in this moment in time for us is intuition.
Intuition, consciousness. I mean, right from the start of this book, right to the end, the constant theme is the difference between mind and consciousness. Consciousness being that which is beyond this reality and can look in from a higher perspective. The moon matrix is specifically designed to shut that out. Mm-hmm. That's the key to the whole control system, because an awakened humanity cannot be controlled by a bunch of very strange and pathetic beings, people, whatever you want to call them.
I have a last quick little question.
Okay.